भगवान को मानते हो? Now this is the basic theme of Sacred Games, and this show has been really good from season 1 and now continuing on to season 2. So now, is this worth watching? Let's find out in this full review of Sacred Games. By the way, it's been a long time, so in case you just can't remember, my name is Puneet and you're watching the Afterthoughts Network. Let's get to it. Now, Sacred Games Season 1 started with this big gangster coming back into town, Ganesh Gaitonde, played by Nawazuddin Siddiqui, and he calls up one of good at heart cops who's dealing with many things in his life, Sartaj, played by Saif Ali Khan. And both of the characters have been portrayed brilliantly by the actors. In season 1, we see in the flashbacks the backstory of Ganesh Gaitonde, how he came into power and basically ruled over the city of Mumbai. And in the current storyline, we see the storyline of Sartaj, who's dealing with death of Ganesh Gaitonde and the sequence of events that follows, with a warning that in 25 days the city is going to be wiped out. So season 2 continues with that storyline, and I must say I really like season 2. I mean, in season 1 I liked the storyline of Ganesh Gaitonde, the past storyline, much more than the storyline of the present, the character of Sartaj. But in season 2 I like both the storylines equally good. I mean, in season 1, the storyline of Ganesh Gaitonde was much more action oriented, and the storyline of Sartaj was a very nuanced thing because he was trying to find out what is going on. In season 2, the storyline of Ganesh Gaitonde becomes very nuanced and not that much action oriented, but the storyline of Sartaj becomes much more action oriented and much more to the point, precise, because now they are actually unraveling the things that they had found out in season 1. And these two storylines are really good. Now in season 1 we find out that Ganesh Gaitonde basically had 3 fathers or 3 mentors in his life. 2 of them were shown to us in season 1. The third one comes in season 2, played by Pankaj Tripathi in the form of Guruji. He is this cult leader, god, guru kind of thing, who's leading his sect, and how Ganesh Gaitonde gets involved with this Guruji and what they plan for the future is basically the premise of Sacred Games Season 2. So what we see in this season is actually the planning of the event in the storyline of Ganesh Gaitonde, that is the past storyline, and we see that same plan unraveling in the storyline of Sartaj. This is why the storylines are so beautifully crafted that you are engaged throughout the season. I mean, yes, people have been disappointed because they were expecting much more of Gangs of Wasseypur type of thing, but this is not it. This is a very different thing. But the storylines have been done so brilliantly and it has been crafted so beautifully that you are engaged all throughout the season and you are invested in both the storylines, trying to figure out what is going on and how it will end. I must say the acting is brilliant in everything. I mean, all the actors, the supporting actors, the lead actors, Pankaj Tripathi, Kalki, Saif Ali Khan, Nawazuddin Siddiqui, Ranveer Shori, everyone has done their job beautifully. And they have brought to life this unreal story. This is a very fictional story. So please, I know there's a lot of political thing going on, but this is a fictional story, but it has been brought to life so beautifully that you can imagine such things happening in real life. And that is the beauty of Sacred Games. And it's not about talking about one religion. It's basically talking about a cult, a sect that takes hold of a religion and misinterprets it in such a way that people see how an atrocious act can be justified. This is basically what's going on with, some lunatics taking over the teachings of one religion and interpreting it in such a way that some atrocious acts become justified. I mean, that's basic gist of it. But all they have done is just taken one religion out and thrown another religion in. All in all, I would say that this is a very, very good show. I mean, the cinematography at times is so good. I mean, in episode 1 or maybe episode 2, there's a beautiful shot. It's a single take, one shot scene, completely done. It's like 2 or 3 minutes chase sequence. It's done so beautifully that the camera moves without cutting, from the alleyways to the staircase to the rooftop, and then finally ending with an action sequence on the rooftop. So there are numerous scenes like that in this show. So that's why I say that the cinematography, the direction, the acting is done beautifully in this show. And the storyline is so compelling that you won't actually find such storylines anywhere in the mainstream TV. Some of the characters of season 1 have been reduced in season 2, and some of new characters have been introduced in season 2. That's why we see a very divisive opinion of Sacred Games season 2 on the internet. Because I think people were expecting much more of what was given to us in season 1. But as is a continuing storyline which leads to an end, and it is a pre-written storyline. I mean, it's based on a book. So they have to follow the book. I mean, yes, there are some creative liberties taken here and there. Some of the characters are introduced which are not in the book. Some of the characters have been given a bigger storyline. The basic core of the story remains the same. Now, as I have not read the book, I've just basically gone through the gist of it. So I'm not sure what is going on with season 3. I mean, yes, we know, we have heard from the producers and the makers that season 3 is coming, and they'll move on to season 4 where the story completely wraps. But I'm not sure what is going to be shown, but I'm really hopeful that we get a season 3, because season 1 and season 2 were really, really good, and it is among the best in Indian TV that is being offered to the viewers right now. I mean, at times the show is so good that some of the lines, some of the scenes have been made into memes and are being used daily in our cultural lives. I mean, on social media you can see numerous memes of the line of Bunty saying, "Yahan kali chai mein dubokar parle ji khana pad raha hai," and "Aham brahmasmi," and "Dheere dheere hame bhi Guruji ka pyar mila." I mean, those lines have been iconic, and yes, they will be used and referenced all throughout. Now the season 2 has released. I mean, they are going to be part of our pop culture now. And that is actually really good, because I haven't seen many TV shows getting to that cult status from India. I mean, yes, there are international shows, but none from India as far as I can remember. Sacred Games is the first to reach that level. I mean, it's so good. So if you haven't seen season 1, do watch my review for season 1. I'll link up the review somewhere around here, and check the season 1 out on Netflix. Then move on to season 2 and you'll be completely satisfied with the storyline that is being offered. But yet, keep your expectations in check, because I know season 1 can make you expect certain things from season 2 which it will not deliver. It will deliver something else. So if you keep your expectations in check, this is a brilliant show that has surpassed what is being projected on Indian TV right now. So all in all, I'll give it 2 thumbs up, or 3 or 4 or even 5 thumbs up, and I would recommend it wholeheartedly. You must check out. Yes, there's some profanity, there's some foul language in the show. You have been warned.